YouTube, what is going on? We are back with one of the best CLMs you are going to see in your entire life. Yeah, maybe not, but we're going to give it a go. What we're going to do today, we are simply going to brainstorm, kind of go off of each other about how this 10K challenge went and give you some behind the scenes pointers and perspective that we would not have shown in the regular video that you're going to see Thursday. This will come out Monday after. This is Monday. Fuck me.
Today's Monday. It doesn't really matter, but this is going to come out after the actual video.
Bingo.
So here's the behind the scenes stuff. Coors Light.
We did not forget our Coors Lights for this one.
We got it, baby.
We earned the shit out of these. Well, technically we didn't.
We're at zero.
Yeah. We're getting fatter. There you go. We're getting fatter.
Okay, so what time did you wake up?
I woke up, my alarm was set for 2:50, but to be honest with you, I slept like total shit.
Yeah, I didn't sleep at all. I'm with you. I think I set it for 2:48 or something. I don't set it on normal time, which is weird. But yeah, I didn't sleep at all, just anxious about the morning after.
I think the same thing. I don't know how much sleep I got, but it was probably less than 3 hours, I would assume.
It wasn't great.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if I was nervous or I don't know what to call it. Like, I was honestly scared.
Maybe I was excited.
Yeah, that we couldn't finish it was my thing. I'm like, this is like the first challenge I've had in a while since we actually stopped competing, where I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna have to get after this a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And I also had the thought looming in the back of my head that the most I've ever ran was a 10K at the gym one time.
Yes.
And that's 6 miles, and we're running a shit ton at whatever it was, 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was dark as hell. We got Hertz Donuts in the background. Joe, how you feeling?
I'm awake. I'm here, ready to roll.
Realistically, we have zero idea how this is gonna go. Again, this is not our main camera at all, so all right, we are doing some mobility. Show them what you're doing. Hypervolting.
Hypervolt.
The new foam rolling, as Joe likes to call it.
It is. New era.
I'm just acting like I'm stretching, but I don't stretch.
And so we averaged it out and looked at the entire day's length, and we ended up running right around 37 miles total.
My Garmin had 36.7 miles ran.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know, and some was walking, but most of it is running. So that's a lot.
That's one thing I will say that surprised me, and because we're reacting on to what happened, was that how many calories running, jogging, whatever burned on your watch versus anything else. I don't care if it was a rower, a machine, because your body weight support or whatever, but really to make this, if you ever want to try the 10K challenge, you better put your running shoes on and you better not stop.
It was superior by far.
That's all you could do.
And we had talked about it a couple times during the day, and this is why we want to talk about it today. But the high intensity interval training stuff, fantastic. We love it. That's why we do it. But you can only maintain this certain level of like high intensity if you're doing something for an hour. I mean, you can't burn the calories if you're going slower, so you might as well just run the whole time because you're moving the whole time.
Yes, and we'll get into that a little bit later when we talk about Murph and the calories we burned on Murph.
Yes.
All right, so we knew that the time domain for us was going to be on our side. So I watched a Nick Bear video before this. We did this challenge of his Ironman, and he said in one of his in his last Ironman video, he's like, oh, finally did the 10K challenge, and he burned 10,000 calories right at the end of his Ironman. And I don't know if that was active, inactive, or whatever, or active plus his metabolic. He went 12 hours straight of moving. Now, granted, half of that was on the bike,
right?
So he's not going to get as many calories burned. But we knew we would have to go a lot longer with the meals put in between.
Correct.
There's no way we could just move that long and burn the calories. So we knew the 18.5 hours was going to be key for us to get all the calories burned. And so if you want to do it, you better be in it for the long haul. And I think we're pretty fucking fit people. So I mean, you better be pretty good, and you better have some mindset. If you're not doing it with somebody, I mean, like Will Tennyson and Eric, who did it by themselves, I mean, that's tough.
I don't know how they. Well, so Will Tennyson didn't finish, right?
Didn't finish.
Didn't
no,
finish.
No.
But Eric the Electric.
But he's
did.
an Iron Man, like endurance extraordinaire.
Right, that's
you
what
know.
he does for sure. We did talk about it on our run a little bit. I don't even know if it's really in the regular video, but we were super careful. I would say over careful with how much fluid we were taking in our first run. That those 13 miles that we ran in the beginning, we knew that if we got behind on fluid and electrolytes that early, we were done for the entire day.
Yeah, if you start bonking feeling, you're out.
You cannot recover.
It's impossible for the timed frame to get back into it, and it's not going to happen where you can apply enough intensity to burn those calories. So we were overly confident on our electrolyte intake. However,
I think that hurt us with the donuts.
I think that hurt us bad with the donuts.
Yeah.
What you guys see in our outtakes and things like that, it was 10 times worse. Like, Colin, I think, was nervous for us when we got done eating these donuts.
I didn't think you guys were going to make it much longer after the donuts.
I thought about being like, boys, you know, pack it in. Do we got any stunt doubles we can pay? Because your boy over here, he burping up donuts like it's about to be throw-up season. We shoved so many donuts down our throats that it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna finish these 10, and then we both looked at each other and we're like sweating. I mean, my face was hot, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna throw up or I'm gonna pass out or something, because I think we had so much fluid in our stomachs that it expanded all the carbs in our stomachs, and it was like, I mean, it was like my rib cage was gonna explode.
I looked at Colin's eyes at one point, and I thought I saw one of those donuts about to pop out of his eyeballs because they were just expanding in our stomach.
Yes,
that's exactly what it felt like dough was rising in the fucking oven.
That's a great point, because that's what it felt like. It was. If we go through this video, made one big mistake, it was eating those donuts way too early and too many of them. And honestly, I don't know if it was worth it because they were so heavy. Now, if we would have went out and got some Krispy Kremes that were mainly not cake donuts,
maybe better,
and didn't have as much frosting on them. Now, the Hertz donuts are super calorically dense.
For sure.
Holy shit, those have a lot of calories in them.
I was astonished looking up the actual calorie content and the nutrition facts of those. I mean, there's some that are, I mean, the lowest one, just the basic one is what, 340 calories? 330 calories. Where the more dense, the peanut butter chocolate chip
It was a small one. It wasn't even that big.
And they were fucking 700 plus calories. Insane.
We tried.
We ate 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever the fuck my stomach could handle at that time. It was insane.
We couldn't even count it. Colin had to go back and count the boxes because we're like, dude, we're done. We're gonna throw up. When we were walking, and I have it a little bit on the GoPro. When we were walking, and I was doing my last lap, and I was my third lap, but it was supposed to be my third lap of 5. I literally told Colin, I'm like, dude, if I keep moving, I'm going to throw up. I swallowed more throw-up donut in my mouth than I have ever swallowed of throw-up in my entire life. I've thrown up like 3 times in my whole life that I can remember, and 7 of them were on that. 7 more were on that day while we were walking, and I swallowed it all.
Yeah, no puking got onto the floor, so we did not disqualify ourselves.
It was disgusting.
You'll see on the video here in a second, we ran into one of our super fans, one of the hundreds of thousands that we have. It was pretty insane how many we ran into, but she did stop, and she yelled, Babette yelled at us, "You're never gonna burn those calories running that slow."
It's one of our subscribers. We're burning it.
We're doing it all day.
There's been probably 80 to 100 people that have stopped us so far. Like, we love you guys. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. So, you know, it's just one of them that we got on camera, but there's been so many.
Little does she know.
Babette, we finished the calories, baby.
And we ran that slow.
And we did run that slow.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for subscribing. All right, guys. So we are going to finish up our video on how the 10K challenge went. We accidentally, some media got messed up on 2 points that we did want to refilm. One of them is the Fitbit versus the Garmin. We do want to touch on that real quick. I'm going to have Joe kind of start us off.
Yeah, throughout the course of the day, checking basically our calorie burn on the Garmin versus the Fitbit was one of the things we wanted to look at. Now, Garmin, just the brand, is typically a little bit more expensive because it has the GPS tracker in it.
Music, you can get all this shit.
Exactly, and it's really cool. It has an awesome app that follows along really, really nicely. Fitbit, I'll be honest, just not so so much. And the Fitbit that I had was, I mean, it's like $100. So
Yeah.
it was nothing fancy, nothing special. It was just something to kind of check the differences between the two of them. And so the Fitbit did do a good job for, I would say, like half of the day
I would
of
say so,
being
too.
relatively
Yeah.
consistent with the Garmin, which
Yep.
is kind of our
We're
standard.
pretty close.
It was pretty damn close. It was actually a little bit above calorie burn for a while.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of started to poop out.
Did.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
started to slow down. I don't know what was going on with
Yeah,
it.
it started to slow down, and then eventually it just kind of stopped working, malfunctioned, and kind of died. So, nothing against it for the most part. It worked well majority of the day, but the Garmin was clearly the more superior watch of the two.
And for those who want to know, this is the Forerunner 345. It's always worked great. You like never have to charge it. I think it was only halfway, 50% dead at the time we finished that entire 18 and a half hours. So
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, you can do music to it. It's pretty legit. So this is definitely something that I would suggest. I don't actually love workout tracking watches because I think they're kind of inaccurate as hell. But for distance purposes, for throwing it onto your app and getting you in some kind of range of caloric burn, it's pretty good.
It's definitely nice to know that. Yeah, and I really don't like them for, like, when we were doing Murph, it was just kind of fucking in the way.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
in the way. I mean, I was
Yep.
moving my wrist wrap over top
Pain
of
in
it.
the
So
ass.
for stuff like that, it's just annoying to have on. But if you're a runner or a swimmer or a biker, a triathlon, I mean, Ironman
problem.
shit, that's perfect, man. That's great.
Yep. All right, so the next thing that we do want to finish this off on that we definitely didn't want to miss on this video is the thought of being able to outrun your diet. The bottom line is, can you outrun your diet, Joe?
Well, we freaking tried.
We did,
tried really
technically,
hard.
I
and
guess.
it took us 18 hours to equal what it took us to eat in,
Mm-hmm.
probably a total of an hour and a half, maybe.
At the most.
No, you cannot outrun your diet. I tried for a long time. We tried for a long time.
Yep.
We basically tried to out-exercise what we were eating. We were younger. We were, doing crazy stuff all the time and constantly moving. But for 99% of the people in the entire world, I would say no.
Yeah, and I'm 100% with you there. And yeah, 99% of the people, you can't do it. If you didn't have a job, if you didn't do anything else, and yeah, it's impossible to be able to move that long. I mean, it's kind of back to our Marcus Philly
Exactly.
video a little bit. It's not in the cards for you to do it. And if it is in the cards for you to do it, that's great, but you're probably going to end up injured or something wrong. I mean, that is over 35 miles of running.
Yeah. It's,
Like, what the fuck?
it's too much.
long.
It's too much time, really, for you to outrun that.
And if it doesn't show you anything that we've done, take this is that how quickly calories add up. I mean, how fast they add up. We took down 4,000 calories in donuts in 9 minutes.
Yep.
It's like,
The other thing I
it's
didn't think
insane.
about too is we didn't do any snacking that we
None.
tracked our calories to. Normally throughout the course of the day,
Yeah.
I'm snacking on a little thing here,
Yep.
snacking on a little thing there. We touched on that on another CLM earlier, but those calories click through pretty quickly too.
They do.
So that's something.
well,
to
we did
consider.
snack.
We did, but we didn't count them.
Yeah, we didn't count them. But yeah, we snacked on probably. I was just talking to one of the members out there. We probably snacked on another 1,000 calories throughout the day.
Yeah, didn't count
3
them, though.
honey stingers and other stuff that didn't get counted. But yeah, so think about it. We're even further. We burned 10,000 calories, but we're even further away from being equal.
Yeah.
So outrun your diet. You can try it, but you eventually gonna fail at some point in time.
A lot of people were asking, the time frame, like, well, you ate all those donuts. How much time did you leave between you working out? It had to have been at least 2 hours, right? Dude, no. We got
12 minutes.
We got off of the back of the truck bed, walked from Hertz Donuts to behind TBK, sat on a bike, and literally started this workout.
3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go. It was 10 to 15 minutes. And that was the worst mistake I made.
Terrible.
That was for sure the hands down worst mistake. It was bang bang. And everyone's like, well, why did you do that? That's a terrible idea. Yeah, I know. It was a horrible idea.
Agreed.
We did it.
I don't think we would have been in such a bad place had we not have tried that hard to work out, because our first 2 rounds were decently
Fine.
fast and moving.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd round hit, and then the donuts had time to expand, and it was like, oh no.
Yeah.
This was a bad choice.
Had we honestly maybe
Bad
bought the
choice.
donuts, then did the workout, then ate the donuts, we might have been sitting happy.
We might have been. We should have done the workout first with how many fluid, and we ate like 6 honey stingers. So we had another, people don't realize, we had another, you had 2 bananas? Or-
Yep. I had 1 banana. You had 2 bananas.
2 bananas in the morning, and I had a fruit snack in the morning.
Fruit snack. Yep.
And then we had 3 honey stingers each on
Yep.
the course, which are 150 calories a piece.
Right.
So we had another 600-700 calories that we didn't even add in at the end, and we had a Milltown cookie that we didn't put in.
Didn't even add it in.
Didn't add that in either. That's probably 400 to 500 calories as well.
Yep.
So there were another 1,000 calories that we ate just to get by throughout the day.
Yep. That's something cool that, I mean, we literally just needed those calories, otherwise we would have died.
Absolutely. All right, Joe, what was your favorite donut?
Excellent
Let
question.
the people know.
My favorite donut of all time is the maple bacon Long John. It is the crowd favorite for sure. It, I don't think I ever want to eat another donut ever again, but it's still up there as my favorite.
Was the one that hurts your favorite one you've ever eaten?
Yes, it was good. It was very
The
good.
one I had, that Jesus one.
You did like that Jesus
That was
one.
so good.
You did like that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's my
We would
favorite donut
recommend
ever,
both of
but
those.
It was good.
So check them out at Hertz.
All right, so our next workout after our failed workout was, fuck, why do I always do that? My bad.
Stop doing that.
Was Murph. Was a 5K Murph, actually. So we ran a 5K with the vest on, and to preference this, we went home, showered, and just kind of chilled out for 20 minutes, and it meant everything.
We should probably know.
All right, guys, a little behind-the-scene vlog right now. I'll be honest, the donut thing, I don't know. I mean, this is obviously not going to come out until we do a CLM, but I think we might have ate too many. I just want to record this instead of writing it down. I think we might have ate too many calories right away. We consumed about between 3,000 and 4,000 plus of calories in donuts. So I don't know. We were really full for a while there. We're feeling better now. We're gonna go hit some kind of double Murph. But anything you got to add, Joe?
Nope, I agree with you 100%. Man, that amount of calories is funny because normally you're supposed to eat like 2,000 calories a day. Everyone's different, but like that's what they say. I mean, we pretty much doubled that in a matter of 30 minutes. It was way too much just sitting in the gut, and so, you know, this. Well, I'm excited to see how the rest of the day goes. Honestly, it is.
Agreed. All right, guys, we'll catch you some behind-the-scenes footage next, but we're gonna get into the regular video. Peace. Honestly, the best I felt all day was during Murph.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because it's Murph, and I'm like, if you say Hero Wad, we're just like, we're on the next level.
Ready to
I don't
roll.
give a shit why we're doing it. We're on the next level. But the Murph actually, so it ended up taking us an hour and 20 minutes, I think.
Right about that.
And we ended up burning the most calories by far during that workout. So we really took our intensity up. However, it really burned us out.
Yeah, and by burnt us out, meaning our calves were cramping.
Yes.
I mean, we were just...
Shoulders were shot.
Yep, it was so hot in the gym,
Yep.
too. We had to actually move outside. We were probably 3 rounds in of our 10 rounds of... we were doing 10, 20, 30. 10 rounds of that. We were probably 3 rounds in, and we were both looked at each other, and we were just sweating profusely. We're like,
Yep.
hey, let's just finish the pull-ups, and then we'll just go outside to finish the rest of it, which was a great idea, actually. And the calf cramp was real. It sucked.
100%.
Both of my calves started cramping up. They started quivering. I was like, Colin, get the camera, dude. Get the camera, because it's going to... As I'm saying that, I'm like, ah! It started cramping up. So actually, what we did to take stress off of my calves after I just shoved down like 9 salt pills, it says eat 2 of them at a time, I ate like 9 of them, was just lower the seat down a lot so that I was like super quad dominant. And it was actually Colin's idea. It was a fantastic idea, and I was able to finish up the last however many meters to finish up the 10K.
We were going slow as hell.
Yeah, it was bad.
We burned like 250 calories in the 10K. And we didn't add, to be fair, we were going to add those calories because our watches were all screwed up that we did on the bike and we had about 400 calories extra
Total, yeah.
Burned each that we didn't add in that were on our bike monitor because our watches weren't accumulating at that time. And they weren't accumulating right, but we wanted to see the 10,000 number, so we'll get to why we ended it how we did a little bit later in this CLM. Next, so after Murph, we were not hungry, but we had to eat. So we decided to go to Five Guys, which we haven't been to yet.
Not yet.
And it was awesome.
2 thumbs up for sure.
Holy shit, it was super good.
Double bacon cheeseburger. What did they say? All the way?
All the way, yeah.
It was freaking awesome.
It was super good.
Awesome.
It's so right away it sat really well. I think we each could have eaten another burger.
Probably.
But then it was about an hour later and we're like, yikes.
Yeah, this was a slow shimmer to like horrible feeling, as opposed to the donuts was like that when everything expanded. We had a lot more fat in
Way
the
more.
less carbs, more fat in the burgers and stuff. So it took longer, and then we just started feeling slower and sluggish after that.
And I wouldn't even say I was more full because I wasn't, not even close. But I just felt like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt run down, and like we went on that 90-minute walk.
Yes. Yep.
That helped a little bit, but as soon as we started moving at a pace to try to burn between 800 and 1,000 calories an hour, because that was our goal pretty much the whole time, it didn't go well for us. It was tough.
Yeah, I kind of felt like someone started like squeezing my head a little bit tighter, and then tighter, and then tighter, and then I was like, uh-oh, I think I might be in trouble.
One other thing that we'll say that was a little awkward for us, really it still is, and as we get more into this YouTube channel, we're going to have to get over it, is filming ourselves in public places.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel comfortable really doing that. I mean, we don't ever do that.
No.
Even when we were, like, at the height of our CrossFit, whatever, careers, you didn't put your camera on. You didn't film yourself. Every once in a while you would, but it's just not something we do. So it's something we've got to kind of get used to that I think was worth mentioning because I haven't felt it until this video.
You can't tell in the video, but the truck is kind of parked in the far corner of the...
it's as far away as we can get it.
We're like...
I was like, how far can I get this from the door of Five Guys so no one sees us and says, you guys are a bunch of douchebags?
So what do you think about, just changing up the different viewpoints? I mean, we're all around Davenport and the Quad Cities. We had to stop at Milltown. What do you think?
I think that's something that we actually did well. Wow, we did one thing well today. We did one thing well a couple days ago, was that we changed things up. We went to Milltown, went to Five Guys, we're out at TBK. So we're all over the Quad Cities moving around, and it did help us stay active all day. One thing we didn't do that would have been the time to do it is as soon as we finished Five Guys, we went to my parents' house, and the one thing we were about to do was sit down. That would have been the biggest mistake we could have made because we would have fallen asleep.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't nap, so I don't know if I would have napped or not, but I think he would have fallen asleep, and I'm not going to do anything without him, and I wouldn't have been moved. So I truly believe that us getting up and moving for that 90-minute walk and forcing ourselves to move for 90 minutes was probably the most important part of the day.
Yeah, 90 minutes walking around in flip-flops. Way to go, Joe, you dumbass.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Stupid.
At all.
Our mindset going into the AMRAP that we had, we were at 6,297 calories or something like that. We got about 4,000 calories left to burn. I was thinking in my head, I'll be honest with you, I don't think we're going to finish this damn thing. I kind of want to just go to bed right now because I know I'm not going to finish it, so screw it. Why are we even going to do this? This workout's going to be stupid. We're benching, doing bicep curls, trying to get our arms moving as much as we possibly can.
Something you would never, like this WOD was terrible.
Oh my God, it was so slow.
So dumb.
It was so slow, but we're thinking, okay, well, we gotta keep our body moving, gotta keep our heart rate up. We're thinking that this could do it. So my head was just, bro, I'm about mentally checked out. What about you?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing. That whole hour was, I mean, it was just a total waste. And it was from 4 o'clock until 5:15 or 4:15 to 5:15. So we were getting pretty late on being able to burn another 3,000 calories. We had it down to this science that where with how big we are, if we moved for basically the entire hour, we were going to burn about 1,000 calories. The least amount we burned was on the bikes, obviously, because you're not moving as much. But if you couple it with running and not biking and moving just your arms and things like that, we were getting about 1,000 calories an hour.
Yeah, and we did want to throw in the rowing for this workout just to kind of see. It was a little experiment because we've ran, we've jogged, we've walked, we've biked up until this point where we didn't row. The row was giving us an okay return on calories because it was still counting it as opposed to biking, so it was a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't as superior as running or walking or jogging. So, we had to throw that little audible in there because we're like, well, we need to get as much out of this as we can. And you know what the turning point was in our entire day, or at least my day, I think in the afternoon, that I thought to myself, I think we can finish it. You went and talked to your wife. You went and talked to Jesse. What did that conversation go like?
We decided at this point, I think between Joe and I, that we're probably not going to be able to finish this. I had to coach 5 and 6 a.m. This dude had to get up at 7 a.m. Neither of us have seen our families all day. And these aren't excuses. They're just real life facts. It's like shit like, we want to see them at some point in time. We've been at this since 2:30 in the morning. And my wife, I talked to her in the gym, and I'm like, we got 3,964 calories left. And that's at least 3 hours of running, probably more like 4 hours of just straight running left to do after we've already done a marathon. And she's like, you're just going to quit? She's like, that's what you two are going to do? She's like, you guys are just going to quit now. She's like, okay, just quit. And I'm like, you mother... motherfucker. I'm like, that's what you're going to tell me to do? I'm like, Joe, we got to go.
We got to finish it.
We got to finish it,
Yep.
dude. And so, I don't know, but Joe got a fire in his eye. Bucket goes inside, dumps out all of my stuff in our back room, all of my gear, everything I have, just scattered everywhere. We have low impact coming in. Well, I don't like to dirty my gym, and he throws in Powerades, waters, stingers, all this. He's like, let's go. 3.5 hours of straight running. I'm like, let's go where?
Yeah.
Like, and he put on the backpack. We said, Colin, you're going to meet us here, here, and here. And from that moment on, we literally did not stop running until we got to my mom's house, which was about just under 6 miles away.
Yeah.
We ran pretty much back, ran back again, and then that is when we decided, hey, we're 1,000 calories left.
We can do it.
Colin, you got to go pick us up food because we didn't even have food.
Without him, we would not have been able to do this entire challenge. for
Impossible.
So again, it's pretty dark here. You guys can't see us, but you can hear us. We definitely want to give a shout out to old Colin, the guy behind the camera. This dude has absolutely crushed it all day long.
Been with us since 2:30.
Yep, been with us since 2:30 in the morning, crushing it, videoing everything, getting us water, Gatorade, you name it. And then this last little sprint, not sprint, but we told him, hey man, we gotta just keep rolling. You gotta go get the food.
Yep.
And this man just nutted up and did what needed to be done.
All right, so we had this climactic ending in our minds. Now, mind you, we're running a conversation pace. My butt was so chafed at this point in time. I was bleeding, and I'm
You was.
TMI, but I
Literally.
was fucked up, and so I was having a real bad day. I was running more sideways than I was forward. We get back to my mom's house, and we have 460 calories left to burn.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? Like, we miscalculated it, screwed up, didn't really know what to do. So what did we decide to do?
So we just went back up and down Colin's mom's driveway. So her drive, just so that everyone's never been there, is actually pretty long. It's about 800 meters,
800
right?
meters, yeah.
So it's 800 meters
Almost
all the way
exactly.
down to the street and then all the way back. So we took our sorry little asses from the house back down to the street, back to the house, just back and forth until we hit these calories.
Yeah.
And then we get to 10,000 calories on the actual Garmin. So it says
yeah.
it, and we're like, yeah,
Let's
hell yeah,
go, let's
woo,
go.
we're excited. The motherfucker would not click over on the phone where
So
it
we had to
showed,
keep
where we've been
going.
showing the whole time. So we had to keep going. It was probably another 10 minutes before that thing
At least.
uploaded because we just ran for 3 hours. So it was going from the Garmin to the phone, and it took like 10 or 15 minutes of us just like, come on,
Yep.
come on. What is going on here?
So we were sitting out there waiting, knowing we've burned 10,000 calories, but we were waiting for it to upload. So we're literally just basically sitting there walking up and down, and we're like
Yeah.
starving. I mean, it was just a
God.
shitty wait.
It was
It's
9 o'clock at night.
something to bitch about, but it was just not fun. What did you think about our last meal? What was your thoughts on that?
The last meal, I will say, I was about over it. I'll be honest with you. Like I was just like, man, I just want to get these calories down. I started eating. I actually was fine with intaking the calories.
Yeah.
You know, we had a large variety of food, which is what was nice there at the end.
Huge.
I will
Huge.
say.
It
You know,
was.
we had the chicken sandwiches, we had the pizza, we had the
Fries.
kitchen sink cookies, we had fries, we had
Could have got into the
which
fritter
we
if we
didn't
wanted to
touch.
get into it, but didn't get into it.
And then, you know, I got to pretty much about exactly where I thought I knew I was there. And then I was like, okay, well, just to make sure,
Now we got to do the math.
like, we got to do the math. We got to eat the rest of this cookie.
Yeah.
We got to eat the rest of this pizza. So we were over for sure. But it was just something that I was like, I'm over. Please be done. Please be done. How about you? You have any other thoughts?
On the food, it was good, and I was surprised that I wasn't flavor fatigued at that time. I thought I would be, but again, I think the switch up was huge.
Yep.
Chicken sandwich I enjoyed. The pizza was really cold. The fries were soggy, but
Chick-fil-A sauce
there's
fixed that.
nothing. The Chick-fil-A sauce had about 7 of those, so that
What
helped
about
out.
Polynesian sauce? Any of you guys ever eat that Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A? I've never had it, but
Never. We didn't even try
it
it.
was like purple looking. I didn't even try it.
If you like it, throw it on a comment.
Drop a comment,
Throw
see
a
if it's good or not.
All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the aftermath, because I think this is what some people are going to want to know. One thing we didn't do that we thought about doing during it, we had discussion, was doing blood work.
Yeah.
We didn't do the blood work before and after. We thought about doing it. It was too late. We couldn't get in. You know, we didn't know a good enough doctor to get these things done. Sorry, Dr. Mendel. But no, seriously though, that was something that we wish we would have done that we didn't get to. But aftermath for me, I was bloated as fuck. And I still, to this day, 3 days later, I still didn't feel right.
I've never been diabetic, of course, but I feel like I've developed diabetes now.
Seriously.
Like, it's done some weird stuff to me. I woke up the next day. I have woke up for 28 and a half years and been just pretty hungry in the morning.
Yes.
I want to eat some food. I woke up the next day, did not have hunger for the entire day.
No.
Like, I was thirsty, so thirsty because my body was dehydrated as
Yes.
shit, of course, even though we tried all day long to stay ahead of it. But I just wasn't hungry. I forced myself to eat a little bit of lunch and I forced myself to eat dinner, but like it messed me up, man. I'll be honest with you.
Dude, I did the same thing. When I woke up in the morning and I had to coach 5 and 6 a.m., so it was like 3:50. I woke up and I literally had to splash water in my face because it felt like I was choking on my own spit. Like literally, dude, I woke up, took a piss, which was straight corn syrup, and then I mean, like I was like I don't even know how to describe my thirst. I've never had that before in my life, ever. And I think it was more from the salt we took in because I was bloated as shit. Like I felt so bloated. It was insane. One thing we did do, which was we actually made another good idea, another good decision was we weighed in before and after. So Joe, what did you weigh in? What did you think about that?
Yeah, before I was 185.0.
Okay. 1.0.
Yep, 185.0. At the end of the day, 10,000 calories burned, 10,000 calories consumed approximately. I was 185.1. All right, everybody. Well, we finished the day. The day is done, thank goodness. There's one final thing that we need to do. Weigh ourselves. I was 185 this morning, 185 flat. Let's see what the boy is. Dude, no way. It was 185 when I was just standing on it. Oh, there we go. 185.1. 10,000 calories. Lost, gained, not a single pound gained. Boom! I need to go to bed, Jesus.
That's
crazy. I was the exact same weight, 0.1 more. Now here's my thought on that because it's not apples to apples there. It's kind of apples to oranges because I probably lost 5 to 6 to 7 pounds of water weight.
Correct.
But I just smashed 2 chicken sandwiches, a pizza. I mean, I put a couple pounds back in to the system. So really, I probably was overly dehydrated and lost that weight that way is what I was thinking. But it was literally exactly the same thing. Which is pretty crazy.
And there's something to be said about we actually didn't technically burn 10,000 active calories. Technically, we did add in our metabolic, rates. So that helped us get about an extra 2,000 or 2,100 calories that we didn't have to actively burn.
Yeah.
I will say, for me, I woke up at 220.4. I went to bed at 221.3. Here's the crazy thing. I woke up in the morning, have it on my phone. It was officially 4:04 the next morning. And I'm going to weigh myself to see how I am the day after. Officially 220.4. Exactly what I weighed exactly what I weighed yesterday at 2:50 in the morning. The exact same weight. That's kind of crazy. Right before I went to coach 5 and 6 a.m., 220.4. The exact same weight.
Exact same.
I do have to add, because Jesse's going to call me out if I don't add it in. I'm like, I wonder what I weigh now. This is on Sunday. Still feeling like total shit. Like it's tired and just, I don't know, sweating randomly. I was 223.6. So I did go up 3 pounds, but I am back down to 219 now. So I don't know. I wish we would have had the blood data, but
the blood work would have been really cool to see electrolyte changes and our chemistry, biochemistry, and stuff like that. That would have been really cool.
It would have.
If I were to do this again, which I'm never doing, and I don't want to say never, but I'm never doing this again. That would be the thing that I would change for sure.
And so you know what? Let's ask you a couple questions. Is that I have one for you. If you had an advice for someone that wanted to try this challenge, number one. This is YouTube. This was crazy. We're both pretty fit. If I were you guys, I wouldn't try this challenge and do stupid shit that we did, to be honest with you. If you want to do it, hell, I ain't your daddy. You do whatever the hell you want to do. But I wouldn't suggest it. And if you died because of it, don't be yelling at us and say you watch this, because I'm telling you, don't fucking do it.
This is like the jackass disclaimer. Like, don't do the shit that we do. Like, flash it on the screen there.
So, anyways, if someone was going to do it, which they shouldn't, what would you tell them to do? to how to finish it.
Yeah, to finish it, if you actually want to finish this workout, A, I would do it with someone. We already talked about that.
I would say that's
and
great.
B, the biggest thing would be, let's say between 4 a.m. and noon, you burn as many possible
Bingo.
calories while just continuing to move as possible. Wherever you end up, eat a big-ass meal, do another big-ass burn, and then eat another big-ass meal. That's what I would say. What do you think?
Couldn't agree more. I don't even need to say anything. Ditto.
Boom.
That is how you do it. All right, so that is our breakdown of the 10K challenge. It was much harder than I anticipated. I don't want to speak for Joe, but
100%.
I'm assuming he thought the same thing. I thought we were going to breeze through it. Our fitness levels are high. We're pretty young still, and yeah, underestimated it. Now, if we missed something in here and you guys had some questions that you wanted to ask us, why don't you drop them in the comments? We will comment back with our honest answers.
All right, guys, if you have done your workout today, and let's hope that is not attempting to burn 10,000 calories in a day, you got to like this video, you got to subscribe, send it out to your friends, check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time.
Deuces.
I'm never eating another donut again in my entire life, and you will find out why. You probably already know why if you're watching this video. If you're watching this video, I did not survive. Just kidding, I survived. Yep.
You know?
So
Why did that go for darker? Nope. Should we be worried?
I don't know. Tracking cancel.
Should you, should we stop it and
stop
restart
it?
it?
Yeah, let's
Just
do
in
that.
case. Is that normal?
I don't
I
know.
think that's still dark.
Yeah, why is it dark?
Why are you dark? I'm dark. What the fuck? Colin? Where you at? Fix it.
I don't even know what I'm touching. I don't know, dude. It looks dark to me.
How do you... What the fuck?
I don't know, maybe just sit back.
Ah! Should we
I
just
can't
run
tell.
with it?
Yeah, I say we're just gonna have to.
Alright.
Technical difficulties potentially. Don't know. It
My
looks
eyes
darker, but I don't know.